What's up everybody, my name is Dwight and welcome back to GeForce Garage. To celebrate the launch of Massive Entertainment's Star Wars Outlaws, we've worked with Tim Parker of PC Werkz to build a very special PC themed after K-Vess's companion, ND-5. Well, hey Tim, welcome to GeForce Garage.
Thanks for having me.
So what did you bring us today?
So actually I have my take on ND-5 from Star Wars Outlaws.
Nice. So how do you even start making a robot into a computer?
I guess my idea initially was to make the full droid of ND-5. I decided to use a PC case where ND-5 would be sitting on top of that. I felt like the Calypso case that I have here from Yuel kind of had the skeleton of the body. So just building the ND-5 on top of that.
Well, I can tell that a lot of work has been done. So do you want to walk me through kind of your process of actually creating something like this?
The droid was mostly 3D printed. There's multiple different pieces ranging from his chest, his shoulders, and then his head, which is kind of like a face mask. You're able to take the face mask off. It's actually held in by magnets and adjust the LEDs. And then as far as for his eyes, that's a 3D printed resin, as well as the red button on his chest is a 3D printed resin also.
So how do you go about painting something like this to make it look weathered?
It kind of went through multiple different stages, right? So we had the primer when we were like molding everything together. Then I had a base coat of black just to help the metallic of the silver kind of pop out. Painted that all with the metallic silver, and that's kind of gave us like our base coat. Then I went through with some black and some brown, mixed it in with some reducer, and kind of you just give the whole droid like a wash. Once you give it that wash effect, you just kind of wipe it away a little bit, and it gives it that rusted metal look to it. And then kind of going in and finishing off with like little touches to kind of give it that scratched look.
So inside the gash, I'm seeing a bunch of wires. Is that just like a bunch of spare ones that you just decided to throw in there?
Inside of his chest, I made a cavity where we could get the light in the wire. And then what I did was I took like old PSU cables that I had, cut off the terminals and then shredded them. And then like stuck the wires in there. And so it kind of gives it that feel of he's got the battle damage on the outside, but then you have those exposed wires.
Gotcha. Obviously we have a pretty cool looking coat on here as well. Can you tell me the background behind that?
So the coat's kind of funny. I actually went to like Army surplus stores trying to find the coat, couldn't find anything. And I actually went on Amazon and I found a green Army wool blanket. Oh. And so I was able to then just kind of make the pattern of ND-5. I don't sew myself, so I actually had somebody sew it for me, but dragged it through the mud a little bit, made some patterns and stuff, and we got the end result here.
That's incredible. So I noticed that you have a little screen down here below. Can you tell me about how you made that?
Yeah, so that's actually a custom panel that I made on my laser at home. The screen is actually a Thermaltake CPU block screen. And then as far as the power button there, the initial power button is on kind of closer to the motherboard, so recessed inside of the case. And so I kind of wanted just to bring it a little bit forward so it's kind of in a more convenient spot for the end user.
Nice. So it looks awesome, but what are the actual specs of the PC?
So the entire PC is actually housed in the Yuel Calypso. We have the ASUS B760 motherboard that is housing the Intel 14900K. We have 32 gigs of Patriot DDR5 RAM. For storage, we have a 2 terabyte M.2 from Patriot. The whole system's powered by a 1000-watt Thermaltake PSU. And of course, we have the GeForce RTX 4090.
Well, I think it's probably time that we install Star Wars Outlaws and see how well it performs.
Let's do it.
So now that we have Star Wars Outlaws installed, we've set the game to 4K, enabled DLSS 3.5 with reflex, frame generation, and ray reconstruction on. Then over in graphics, we cranked it to Ultra, then toggled NVIDIA RTX Direct Lighting to Ultra, which will render light samples in scenes physically accurate. Now that we're in game, we're seeing around 95 to 100 FPS on average while outside, and I saw up to 105 to 115 FPS while indoors during firefights. Big thanks to Tim for stopping in. It's always wild seeing these things life-size. Star Wars Outlaws is available now, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you for the next one.